What if a single penny, a coin so small that most people would not even bend down to pick it up, could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars today? Hidden inside old coin collections, forgotten drawers, and family heirlooms across America is one of the most famous coins ever produced. A coin that changed American history forever. The legendary 1909 Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary old cent. Its copper surface may be worn, darkened by time, and scratched from decades of circulation. But beneath that simple appearance lies a story of innovation, controversy, rarity, and incredible value. The year was 1909. America was preparing to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the birth of one of its greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. For decades, U.S. coins had featured symbolic figures like Lady Liberty. No real historical person had ever appeared on a regular circulating American coin. That was about to change. The United States Mint wanted to honor Lincoln's legacy in a way that every American could see and carry. The task of designing the new cent was given to a talented sculptor named Victor David Brenner. Brenner created a portrait of Abraham Lincoln that was both dignified and realistic. It was unlike anything Americans had seen on their coinage before. When a 1909 Lincoln cent entered circulation, it became the first regularly issued U.S. coin to feature a real person. That moment marked a major turning point in American coin history. Millions of Americans quickly noticed the new penny. Some loved it. Others thought it was too different from previous coins. But everyone agreed on one thing. The coin was unforgettable. The front of the coin displayed Lincoln's profile, facing right. Above his head appeared the motto, "In God We Trust." The word liberty was placed to the left, while the year 1909 appeared on the right. The reverse side featured two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design would become so iconic that collectors later nicknamed the coin the Wheat Penny. The 1909 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck primarily from copper, with a small amount of tin and zinc mixed into the metal. Its reddish color made it instantly recognizable. Freshly minted examples displayed a bright red shine that collectors still admire more than a century later. But what truly transformed this coin into a legend was not just its design. It was controversy. Victor David Brenner placed his initials, VDB, at the bottom of the reverse design. While artists often signed their work, many people felt the initials were too large and too noticeable. Newspapers criticized the design. Public debate quickly followed. The pressure became so intense that the Mint made a surprising decision. Only a short time after production began, the initials were removed from the coin. That decision created one of the most famous rarities in American coin collecting history. The 1909 SVB Lincoln Wheat Penny. The S Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint. Because production stopped early after the controversy, only about 484,000 examples were struck. To put that into perspective, many modern coins are produced in the hundreds of millions. Less than 500,000 coins may sound like a lot, but for a coin collected by generations of Americans, it is extremely scarce. Almost immediately, people began saving them. Even in 1909, collectors recognized that something special had happened. As decades passed, demand continued growing while surviving examples became harder and harder to find. Today, the 1909 SVDB is considered one of the most important key dates in the entire Lincoln Cent series. Its value can be astonishing. A heavily circulated example can often sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. Well-preserved examples regularly command much higher prices. Mint state specimens with exceptional quality have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Some of the finest known examples have crossed the six-figure mark at major auctions. Imagine carrying a penny worth more than many luxury cars. Yet the famous 1909 SVDB is not the only valuable version. Collectors also pursue the regular 1909 VDB penny struck in Philadelphia. These coins were produced in much larger numbers than their San Francisco counterparts, but they remain highly desirable because they represent the first year of issue and feature Brenner's original initials. Even ordinary examples often sell for significantly more than face value. Another sought-after variety is the 1909 S without the VDB initials. These coins were produced after the initials were removed and are also considered important collector pieces. Over the years, the 1909 Lincoln Wheat penny has become a cornerstone of coin collecting. For many collectors, obtaining one feels like owning a piece of American history itself. Of course, whenever a coin becomes valuable, counterfeiters take notice. Fake 1909 pennies have appeared for decades. Some counterfeiters alter common coins by adding an S mint mark. Others attempt to create fake VDB initials. This is why careful examination is essential. One of the first things collectors check is the mint mark. On genuine examples, the mint mark should appear natural and properly positioned. Added mint marks often look uneven, poorly shaped, or slightly different from authentic examples. Collectors also examine the VDB initials. Genuine initials have specific shapes and placements that experts know well. Altered coins frequently reveal inconsistencies under magnification. Weight can provide another clue. Authentic 1909 Lincoln cents were produced according to strict mint standards. Significant differences may indicate a counterfeit or altered coin. Many serious collectors rely on professional grading services. These organizations authenticate coins, evaluate their condition, and place them in secure holders. This process provides confidence for both buyers and sellers. Condition plays an enormous role in value. Two coins with the same date and mint mark can have dramatically different prices. A heavily worn coin may be worth hundreds of dollars, while an almost perfect example could be worth tens of thousands. Collectors pay close attention to details such as luster, surface quality, color, and the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait. Original red color is especially prized. Most copper coins gradually darken over time. Finding a 1909 penny that still displays its original mint red appearance is extremely difficult. As a result, such coins often bring premium prices at auction. The stories behind these coins are sometimes just as fascinating as the values themselves. Many collectors remember discovering their first wheat penny in pocket change decades ago. Others inherited collections from parents or grandparents and later realized they contained valuable treasures. There have even been stories of rare Lincoln cents being found in old jars, forgotten piggy banks, and boxes hidden away in attics for generations. These discoveries fuel the excitement that keeps collectors searching. You never know where the next important coin might appear. Another interesting fact is that the Lincoln cent design has survived longer than almost any other design in American coinage. Although the reverse design changed over time, Lincoln's portrait remains on the cent more than a century after its debut. That remarkable longevity speaks to the enduring popularity of the original 1909 design. Few coins have achieved such lasting significance. The 1909 Lincoln Wheat penny also connects collectors directly to an important period in American history. Think about what America looked like when this coin was first struck. Automobiles were still relatively new. Airplanes were in their infancy. Movies were silent. Many of the people who first spent these pennies lived in a completely different world from our own. Yet the coin survives. It has traveled through generations, economic booms, wars, technological revolutions, and social change. Each worn edge and faded detail represents a journey through time. That sense of connection is one reason collectors treasure these coins so deeply. They are not merely pieces of metal. They are historical artifacts small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. For beginners entering the hobby, the 1909 Lincoln Wheat penny often becomes a dream coin. For experienced collectors, it remains one of the most respected and admired issues ever produced. Its combination of history, controversy, rarity, and beauty creates a powerful appeal that few coins can match. More than a century after its release, demand remains strong. Collectors continue competing for high-grade examples. Auction records continue attracting attention. And the legend of the 1909 Lincoln Wheat penny continues growing with each passing year. So the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look before tossing it aside. A small coin can sometimes hold an extraordinary story. And while finding a rare 1909 SVDB may be unlikely, the possibility itself is what keeps collectors searching through old collections, estate sales, and forgotten boxes year after year. Because somewhere out there, hidden among ordinary coins, another piece of American history may still be waiting to be discovered. And that is what makes the 1909 Lincoln Wheat Penny far more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of history, a collector's treasure, and proof that sometimes the smallest objects can hold the greatest stories.